welcome to a blustery and a bit wet Sandcastle Stadium in Atlantic City for today's matchup of the Williamson Trade College and your Atlantic Cape Buccaneers for BFA Sports. Doug Stasic sitting a bit cozy here up on the concourse. Today's game going to look a little bit different as you see the meeting of the minds going over ground rules. There are the head coaches, and for the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers, that is Rodney Velarde. And for the Williamson Trades College, it's Doug Thompson in his 13th year. We're going to try to get this game underway. Instead of our traditional around the stadium 4-camera setup, we'll be going with 2, and it could quickly become 1 as the rain is already starting to fall here in Atlantic City. Should be a good contest as the Buccaneers picked up their first win of the season, coming off a victory versus Raritan Valley. And for Williamson Trades, they're looking to make this trip from Media, Pennsylvania, all the worthwhile, finishing up I.O. on the field. A couple questions as the wind certainly going to play a factor, and I can only imagine for Coach Thompson, he wants to make sure he's well aware of the ground rules around the stadium because this ball is going to be carrying in ways you haven't probably seen before as we are on the outskirts of Bader Field. So as they get ready, for those of you also tuning in, I want to give a shout out to Alex Trezza, our friends at Game Changer. So if you like the Game Changer app, haven't downloaded it yet, I would suggest you do so. And it's real simple. Go to gc.com. You can follow along for all the action, including highlight reels and packages of today's game. So it's in beta test. Might look a little bit different for you over on Game Changer and for those of you on BFA Sports. So while we have a second, you see the Buccaneers huddling up, and they're going to take the field. We'll go with today's starting lineups. For Williamson, starting lineup's going to be Kyle Marshall, Zachary Fiddlebus, Angel Velasquez, Joe Kelly in the cleanup spot, Dylan Marantino, followed by Patrick Bond, Stephen Gualtieri, Eric Bolter, and Corby Bennett. And getting the nod on the hill with the ball in his hand today for your Buccaneers is number 5, Joe Hamill. Buccaneers with a little bit of a different look defensively today. Had a nice job offensively to get that first win of the season. And talking to head coach Rodney Velarde prior to the game, he was looking forward to mixing up that lineup. And it'll show a little bit differently on defense. Logan Petty with a season-ending procedure needing to be done. He's usually the cleanup hitter and your starting first baseman. He's out for the rest of the season. And so the defense of the Buccaneers, we're going to take a look at that. But looking left to right in the outfield, it'll be Javi Vega, Kevin Foreman in center, while Isaiah Kennison will be in right. And in the infield, left to right in the hot corner, it's Justin Monero at third, Louis Sari at short. Nate Goodrich comes in from his traditional right field spot today to play second base. Gabe Zielinski getting his first start behind the dish, while Frank Moretta will be over at first base. Again, it is blustery here in Atlantic City and a little bit of an early start time. So this one originally scheduled for 3:30. But we're trying to get it started so we can get a few innings in. You see the look high atop from the concourse, which is much farther than we would normally shoot the game. But we got to protect the equipment as it's severely allergic to water. And we're going to have the legend, Charles Hope, out there in center field, try to hold down a shot here for at least till the rain gets a little too much to handle. All right, so Hamill finishing up his warm-up pitches. And a little bit of double duty here today. So Vin Ebenu, the native up there in Toms River, usually the voice of Atlantic Cape. With the impending weather, I made an executive decision to keep him up there in the north. So I'll be doing the play-by-play duties as well as running the Game Changer scoreboard. So, again, for those of you watching on Game Changer, you're going to see a different score bug at the top of your screen, while those of you watching BFA YouTube will see your traditional live score as it goes. And we are ready to play baseball here in Atlantic City. Hamill ready to throw his first pitch. First pitch called strike, inside corner. As he faces Marshall. That ball short hops up to the mound, so you can already know that it's going to be a little bit of a wet and wild adventure. Not exactly a great day to be a pitcher. And certainly Solinsky behind the dish, tough assignment. That ball is put into play, grounded out, and making the catch over at first base for the putout is Moretta to Hamill. All right, one out in the books on the 3-1 putout. It'll be Fidelbus. Zach Fidelbus. He takes the first pitch in for a called ball. That ball is fouled straight back into the empty seats of the Sandcastle. Evens the count at 1-1. Called strike, lower half of the zone. Now 1-2 to Zach Fidelibus. Say that 3 times, producer Ryan Schumacher. Hamill fires, swing and miss. He struck him out. Nice pitch there by Joe Hamill. First 2 batters for Williamson are now in the books. And batting in the 3 spot is the designated hitter, Angel Velasquez. Pitch misses just outside on the corner, ball 1. Hamill going back to work as gets the bottom half of the zone. A pitcher's pitch evens the count at 1. Oh, nice breaking pitch. Swing and the whiff. Now 1-2. Hamill ahead to Velasquez. That ball grounded up the second base. No problem making the play is Goodrich. A 4-3 putout will end the inning as the Bucks get them go down in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We head to the bottom of the first here in Atlantic City. Bottom of the first. It is getting colder by the minute here in Atlantic City. But it's time to get your starting lineup for your Buccaneers. Leading off, the center fielder, Kevin Foreman. Louis Sari batting second. It'll be Omar Hernandez at first. Justin Monero at the cleanup spot. It'll be Nate Goodrich is the designated hitter. Gabe Zielinski, your right fielder. Frank Moretta is catching. Javi Vega, I don't believe, is playing second base. And Isaiah Kennison is in right, so we'll update that accordingly. So your lineup for your Buccaneers, offensively. Defensively, for Williamson, left to right in the outfield, it'll be Bennett, Fidelibus, and Bolter. While in the infield, the hot corner left to right, it's Velasquez at third, Bond at short, Marshall at second, and Gualtieri over at first. And the battery mate, the catcher, is Marantino, while getting the start on the hill is Anthony Umerglue. All right, ready to go. Bottom of the first in Atlantic City. Leading things off, Kevin Foreman. Foreman busy with the bat in his last game. Smashed the double as Umeroglu, his first pitch, misses for a ball. There is Kevin Foreman of St. Augustine Prep. That ball laser to left. And it's going to fall in fair territory. Foreman going to make his way all the way around for the stand-up double. Good hard line drive by Foreman. Got the laser down the line, as you see here on the game-changer replay. Foreman just attacked the ball, first one he saw in the zone, and that there is a nice stand-up double. All right, so Foreman already in scoring position, and that'll bring up Louis Sari. Sari starting at shortstop. He's held it down quite a bit for Atlantic Cape over the last 2 years. Anybody who's watched any film on Kevin Foreman knows that he is one of the fastest runners in all of Region 19. And he was busy on the bases as he had stolen second and third in their last contest. Umerglue. First pitch swings, goes out to center field. Getting underneath of it and making the catch is Fidelibus. And Foreman on the tag. He'll be safe at third. So nice job by Louis Sari to have a productive out. He's able to move Kevin Foreman on the tag up. So with a one out, and Kevin Foreman at third. The big unit, designated hitter today, is Omar Hernandez. First pitch to Hernandez misses outside for a ball. Hernandez has been Mr. Do-It-All for the last 2 seasons for the Buccaneers. Catcher, first baseman, designated hitter, team captain of morale. And Hernandez, he laces one out to right side. Going back is the right fielder. Kevin Foreman's going to score easily. And the big unit, Hernandez, he's eating at second base for the RBI double. So Bolter did all that he could. But for Hernandez, absolutely did a wonderful job of taking the ball where it was pitched the opposite way. So Justin Monero was an RBI machine in the last contest on Monday. He's going to now dig in with one out. Takes the first pitch out of the zone for a ball. Monero some nice plays over at the hot corner. Buna High School alum. So both he and Louis Sari on the left side of the infield. Very familiar. And get a good chance to communicate without saying a word and wasting no time is Monero. He skies one to center field. And Hernandez thinks about tagging, and now the big unit's going to go. Here comes the pitch, the slide, the throw, a little bit of everything. So another good piece of production for the Buccaneers as Monero able to fly the ball out to center field, and Hernandez able to tag up. And now with 2 outs, Nate Goodrich. Goodrich with 3 RBI in the last Buccaneer game. He's looking to stay hot with the bat. First pitch called strike. Keeping our eye on the radar for this one. Oh, that breaking pitch dropped right in. Another called strike. Quickly 0-2 to Nate Goodrich. Umerglue gets him the ground out. This is going to be a tough play. And Goodrich able to beat the throw, and that will be an infield single, and more importantly, an RBI. So tough play there for Bond, and it'll go on the books as a hit for Goodrich. Starting catcher, Gabe Solinsky digs in now with 2 outs. That ball's in the dirt, and Goodrich reads dirt and gets the easy swipe as he makes his way over to second. Big focus of a lot of collegiate programs with the base runners. As Zielinski pokes one through the left side, rounding the base, and now going to score will be Goodrich. So a nice hard hit by the catcher, Zielinski, able to drive in another RBI. So the Buccaneers are sailing as the wind continues to sail in like a pirate in Atlantic City. The offense just keeps on getting guys across the plate as the first baseman, Frank Moretta, digs in for his first at-bat of the game. And there's another ball that gets behind the catcher, and that is going to allow the catcher himself, Zielinski, to get to second base. So tough spot here for Umerglue. Doing a nice job of filling the zone. The Buccaneers have not been very patient, if you will, swinging a lot of first pitches. And that ball is peppered foul, third base side. And for Williamson, they've just been struggling to keep the ball out in front of the backstop, allowing some free passes for Atlantic Cape. Still 1-1 now to Frank Moretta. Ball misses out of the zone. And Umerglue. He winds and fires. That one is hammered, but foul down the right field line. The rain continues to fall here in Atlantic City. Some of our camera operators were smart enough to bring gloves. I left mine in the truck, but what are you going to do? So 2-2 now, the count. Another ball right back almost into the booth. Don't make yourself sick by looking at that shot there. Souvenir. Packed house today. Lots of people fighting over that foul ball. That ball misses down low. Again, now a full count with 2 outs. Payoff pitch here in the bottom of the first. That ball peppered through the left side. It's going to be a base knock. Moretta's going to be held at first, and Solinsky, the catcher, held up at third. So good piece of hitting for Moretta, not taking any chances on that full count 3-2 pitch. The Buccaneers still alive here in the bottom of the first with a 3-0 lead. Again, want to give a shout out to those of you watching on the BFA Sports YouTube channel, along with our friends at Game Changer, who are doing some beta testing. Atlantic Cape Buccaneers baseball already uses the Game Changer app, so sure a lot of fans sitting there following along. So what I would tell you is, just a small secret, you can check out the live stream right now on a team called BFA ACCC. Be sure to check out gc.com for more info on how you can sign up for a premium membership to get highlights after the game. All right, so back to live action as they walk back Moretta after the attempted pickoff. Runner goes. And that ball hit right back up the middle, and it has eyes. It's going to be a base knock, and it's going to allow Moretta to move over to third base. So another RBI single. Ball hit right up the middle, as you'll see on the BFA Game Changer replay. Just a good piece of base hitting and good heads-up base running for Moretta as he was able to squeeze it over to third. So Javi Vega, the pride of Atlantic Cape Buccaneers and the Atlantic County Institute of Technology alum. The hit parade continues. It'll be Kennison up the middle. He's going to knock in Moretta. And that line drive right up the middle is going to score Moretta, and Vega will hold at second. So already a little bit of action out on the field. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So a quick visit to the mound. Tough spot to be in for Coach Doug Thompson, but the bats of Atlantic Cape have not been deterred by the lack of warmth going on here in Atlantic City. A little bit of precipitation continuing to roll in. And it's going to give us a chance to take a brief break as we do a pitching change, and want to encourage those of you in the South Jersey area looking for a fantastic value in education from a college scene, be sure to go to www.atlantic.edu, home of Atlantic Cape Community College, for all of registration info, and also an opportunity to help contribute as the Buccaneers look to build a new stadium on campus.
It's more than a game. It's more than just practice. It's more than coaching.
It's more than learning.
It's more than a team.
Es más que el béisbol. Being a good teammate.
Being responsible.
It's being a hard worker.
It's learning how to communicate.
It's becoming the best version of myself.
It's more than baseball. It's a program that transforms lives.
And that's why we need your help to transform the baseball field at Atlantic Cape that has gone unused for years. Through the Bring It Home Capital campaign, we'll work to restore and revitalize the field on campus, giving the Buccaneers a true home field advantage, where we can honor their hard work and dedication.
All right, back to action is Colby Cantor, your new pitcher for the Buccaneers. For Williamson Trades. And at first pitch, the first swing and a pop-up to shallow center field as the ball drops in. And believe it or not, the Buccaneers going to score yet again. So the first pitch from your new pitcher, Colby Cantor, drops in for a very shallow pop fly into center field. And a good heads-up amount of base running by the Buccaneers. So Kevin Foreman with the RBI, 2 RBI single. Louis Sari looks like he was going to square the bunt, and Foreman wastes no time to move in to second base on a straight steal. Lots of action already in this one. Already a touchdown and an extra point for Atlantic Cape. As Cantor winds and fires. And that ball is popped up to the shortstop. Sliding underneath of it is going to be Bond. Not going to be easy. And he's able to make the squeeze and finally end the juggernaut display of offense of your Buccaneers. Back to action, top of the second here in Atlantic City. We're leading things off will be the designated hitter. And that's number 15, Joe Kelly. That pitch misses for a ball. And just so I can inform you at home, if you look close enough on the screen, you can see that it is raining. The rain is picking up as the Cardinal O'Hara alum takes his second pitch, and that one is fouled off the right side and out of play. Evens the count at 1-1. The fingers, I can tell you, even from an announcer standpoint, are quite numb right now, so I can only imagine what it's like to be Joe Hamill. But he had a very clean 1-2-3 inning in the first, and he's got Kelly on the ropes 1-2. And the home plate umpire not really looking to give anybody any extra time outside the box on a day like today as he forces Kelly back in. Hamill tries to get him to chase, but that one's left upstairs, rent-free. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. He gets him to chase the one in the dirt, and Selinsky able to handle the wet ball and make the out. You see here, good put-out pitch, and Selinsky stays right on top of it on the game-changer replay. The starting catcher for Williamson College is none other than Dylan Marantino out of Sun Valley. Sun Valley, also a school we've gotten to know quite well in Pennsylvania from our BFA Sports Summer Tour. Our friends at Baseball U Philly. Mr. Jimmy Golden leads that organization. And Vinny Proietto, the pride of Sun Valley, plays for Baseball U Philly. And I'm wondering if Jimmy Golden's playing any baseball today with Arcadia, as he is the pitching coach there, him and Coach Torresani. Been a while since we've seen those guys, but be sure to check out the BFA College Dream Stream series if you have a high school team that's looking for college exposure. So we got tournaments set up to play on our BFA live stream at Wider University and Arcadia. College coaches both on the scene and on the live stream nationwide. And that is the first free pass that Joe Hamill has offered, and he gives it to Dylan Marantino. So Williamson Trades College has their first runner of the afternoon. And they'll give way to the shortstop, Pat, don't call me James Bond. And the rain's really picking up, as you can see in center field. Somewhere, athletic director Jamal Edwards got to be cringing because the Buccaneers haven't had much luck with the weather here in March. Be 2-0. And we're going to be switching over to a single camera shot here, most likely between innings, as our equipment, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, is very allergic to water. That ball just misses. 3-0, and you got to assume that for Hamill, as much as it's raining, it is not easy to get a good grip on that baseball. Called strike. He cashes the free one, 3-1. And now you got to wonder how long are the umpires going to let this one play out. The big trade-off is always trying to, as that ball is peppered back out of play, right field side into the stands. You always want to try to keep an environment for hitting and pitching for both teams relatively even. So if you have one team pitch through this, you're going to have the other team try to pitch through the same elements. But if you decide to shut it down, well, that's generally what makes that decision, is if it's not an equal opportunity, I guess if you want to call it, for lack of a better word. Oh, nice breaking pitch. Strike 3 called. Woo-wee. Gets the backwards K in the book, and Hamill got to be happy with that one. Battles back from the 3-0 count. put him in the books. First baseman now for Williamson Trades. Swing and miss. And that's Steven Gualtieri. And that ball is a first hit of the game as he flares it right past Goodrich's glove into center field. And now runners at first and second. Nice piece of hitting there for Gualtieri as Williamson trying to get a spark, finding themselves down a touchdown and field goal, or I should say the touchdown extra point here in the top of the second. Stepping in is the right fielder, Eric Bolter. That ball misses, and that's going to allow both runners to advance on what we call a wild pitch. Now runners at second and third with 2 outs. There's a good look at Bolter out of Springfield, Pennsylvania. That ball misses down. Called strike. Now 2-1. And it is really coming down. I mean, you can see that on the black background now, even on the stream. Just misses. 3-1 now. Battling back is Hamill. Runners in scoring position. Tell them to back that out so I can see second and third. And a full count. Hamill gets the punch out and ends the threat. Called third strike looking. The punch out pitch will end the second. 7-0, your Buccaneers. Welcome back to Atlantic City for BFA Sports. Doug Stasic high atop the concourse at Sandcastle Stadium. First pitch from Cantor, delivered to the designated hitter, Omar Hernandez, misses for a ball. Hernandez already has a double on the day. Called strike. Now 1-1. Cantor had come in relief after the Buccaneers dropped 7 in the bottom of the first. Called strike. Hernandez. And that ball is popped up but foul into the not so sold out Sandcastle Stadium. And there's a good hard shot through the left side, Hernandez. Now 2 for 2 on the afternoon. And now it'll bring the third baseman, Justin Monero. Monero got into the RBI party in the first inning. That's a hard hit ball at the third baseman. He's not going to be able to handle it, and he's going to feel that one in the morning. So that's a hard ground ball to Velasquez. Too hot for him to handle. It'll leave runners at first and second. So still nobody out. First 2 runners are able to reach base for Atlantic Cape. And that'll bring the second baseman, Nate Goodrich, to the plate. Goodrich hammers one through the right side. That's going to go in for a base hit. That one's going to be an RBI. Here comes Hernandez. And standing up is Monero. And Coach Velarde not going to be thrilled about that effort, as Monero seemed like he didn't want to get the uniform dirty. But a good piece of running by the big unit. Hernandez able to score from second base. Runners now at the corners. And the catcher, Selinsky, 1 for 1 on the afternoon. First pitch misses high for a ball. That ball misses up out of the zone. 2-0. And that one's going to get a piece of the catcher, Selinsky. And that will load the bases for Atlantic Cape. Umpire going to go give him a new ball. That is the pitcher, Cantor. And it's getting a little sloppy out there. So trying to keep the party going here from a broadcast standpoint. Got a couple diehard Atlantic Cape fans taking shelter underneath the covered concourse, as are we. And now digging in and swinging at the first pitch as it goes straight back out of play is the first baseman, Moretta. And it'll be one quick strike. And not the Empire striking back, but for those of you that follow us on BFA, one of our next stops, that one's peppered through the left side. Moretta's got an RBI single. Make that 2 RBIs as both the Buccaneer base runners able to advance to home. And even though it's Atlantic City, it's not Monopoly, so they can't collect $200, but it's go time. So Monero scores. Goodrich will score. And Selinsky moves up to second base as Javi Vega makes his way to the plate. Vega 1 for 1 on the afternoon. Another RBI guy. That first pitch misses for a ball. So it's Moretta at first, Selinsky at second, and a 1-0 pitch on its way from Cantor. Called strike outside corner. Those of you watching at home, again, give a shout out to our friends at Game Changer. If you're watching the Game Changer app, you can check out a team that we're beta testing today. It's called BFA ACCC. As Vega fouls that one out of play towards the Williamson dugout. You have in-game stats you can follow right along, and in-game highlights for those of you that are premium members. So exciting times ahead. Atlantic Cape Buccaneers already use Game Changer, so lots of fans following. So if you're already a subscriber and have a premium membership, check that team out, BFA ACCC, and you'll be able to see a whole different experience on the stream today. That ball misses up top. Something that I know Atlantic Cape Buccaneer Athletic Director Jamal Edwards and his assistant AD Marshall Assasso will be excited about as we look to continue to grow that relationship. Could be some even cooler ways to cover the Buccaneer faithful. This Game Changer got baseball, basketball, swing and a miss. And that will send him out swinging. So Cantor gets Vega down on the swing and miss. And now Isaiah Kennison will advance. Or try to advance the runners as Selinsky and Moretta were able to move into scoring position. Now runners at second and third. There is a good look at the catcher, Selinsky. That ball called strike. So Kennison now 1-1, even count. Now 2-1. That ball is peppered, foul and out of play. Coach Rodney Velarde showing off his defensive skills. It is raining here now. Oh, boy. Oh, a little defensive poke as it goes out of play into the right field seats. Yeah, we're here like, yeah, ISO. Tell him to shoot ISO. Whatever he's shooting, shoot ISO. Called third strike. He gets him looking. So a nice piece of pitching here in the second by Cantor. He tries to limit some more Atlantic Cape Buccaneer damage. Back to the top of the lineup we go. Kevin Foreman, 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Started this game with a line drive double and followed it up with a blooper to center. So he is 2 for 2 on the afternoon. That's a called first strike. And that ball going to get by the catcher, but unable to advance are the runners. Now 1-1 to Kevin Foreman. So the wild pitch will allow Solinsky to score. And another ball is going to get by, and another run will score. (11-0) currently the score. Oh, I'm sorry, make that 12-0. I struggled with Sesame Street as a kid, so I didn't actually see the screen. So it's 12-0, not 11 as I initially had thought. And looks like Williamson College is going to make another pitching change. Coach Doug Thompson coming out to talk to the umpire, and that'll give us a chance to change it up and step away. We'll be right back from Atlantic Cape after this. All right, back to live action as Kevin Foreman still at bat. Unbeknownst to me, it was a change in the middle of his at bat. So he was up 3-1, and now after 2 foul balls, it's a full count with 2 outs. And Foreman hammers one over into left field. He is 3 for 3 on the day. So Kevin Foreman now 3 for 3, makes his way. He's at first base. And Louis Sorry wasted no time. He's going to drive a ball into the right center gap, and that will drop in for a base hit. Foreman advances to second. And Sorry continuing to keep his bat red hot. Runners at first and second. That'll bring up Omar Hernandez. Hernandez 2 for 2 on the afternoon, as he had a double to right and a line drive to left field. That ball skips up and misses. Work ahead already 1-0. Normal times, I would anticipate that Kevin Foreman makes a hobby of stealing bases, but I don't think he's going to need to be aggressive right now. Some of those unwritten rules of the game. Another ball a little bit short. Bounces up to the plate. And this is a unique situation as the Williamson College of Trades traveled from Media, Pennsylvania to play a ball today. So I'm going to try to get this thing and make it official. And that's another pitched ball. It's a 3-0 count to the designated hitter, Omar Hernandez. Want to give a shout out to our main magic man, Charles Hope, for braving the elements out there in center field so we can get some good-looking shots for the first couple innings of this game. And that's going to be ball 4. And load the bases. So we are down to, we got 2 cameras now as we got our camera guys covered underneath the concourse here in Atlantic City. Want to thank them for continuing to stick with it and try to hang in there to bring you Buccaneer baseball as long as the weather continues to somewhat cooperate, if that is a thing right now. All right, so there's your lead runner, Kevin Foreman, over at third. Sorry is at second, and Omar Hernandez is at first as the third baseman, Justin Monero, takes the first pitch for a ball. Monero flew out to center field in his first at bat, and he reached on a hard-hit ground ball to third in his last, and he flies that one to make its way foul. Now 1-1. So your new pitcher is Ackroyd for Williamson College Trades. Now 3-1. Going to refer to them as WCT for a bit of time here, make it easier. Coach Rod Velarde talking it up with Kevin Foreman, telling him to be conservative here. That's not going to matter much as ball four sails over the head of the catcher. And another run on the board for the Buccaneers. 2 outs, bases are still loaded, and Nate Goodrich makes his way to the dish. First pitch to Goodrich is up and out of the zone. Goodrich, he's 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Singled on a ground ball infield to the shortstop in his first at bat, and then singled on a hard grounder through the right side in his second. He's ahead now 2-0 as well. Again, it is a cold and damp day in Atlantic City. If I didn't know any better looking at the calendar, you would think it's football season. And that'll walk in another run. 4 straight pitches. Another run touches the plate. That'll be Louis Sorry. He's going to head back towards the dugout. Hernandez at third. Goodrich takes his way to first as Monero moves up to second. And that will bring up the catcher, Gabe Solinsky. Solinsky has singled to left and was hit by a pitch, making him 1 for 1. Ball fouled straight back out of play. Here's a look at Hernandez, the big unit designated hitter, showing off his skills on the bases. He was blazing around earlier. And there's a ball that's grounded right back to the pitcher. Aykroyd will make the play and finally get out of the inning. They'll leave the bases loaded, but not before they add another 7 on the board. 14-0, Atlantic Cape Buccaneers. You're watching BFA Sports. Head to the third here on BFA Sports. Doug Stasic sitting concourse side as the rain continues to get a bit heavier, but so far still hanging in there. Joe Hamill continuing to have a good game here. It's 36th pitch, and that one is delivered to Bennett. This is Bennett's first at bat of the game. Now 1-2 to Corby Bennett. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Hamill doing a really good job thus far with a 59% strike percentage. Total of 39 pitches, 23 of them being strikes. And Williamson College of Trades finally getting back to the top of the order. As he faces Kyle Marshall. That ball fouled out of play. There's a good look at Hamill, the pitcher. He's doing a nice job flooding the zone with strikes. Had a quick first inning, just 11 pitches. Got a little lengthy in the second with 24. As he got into some long counts. Again, I think the moisture on the field and on the ball causing a little bit of havoc for the guys charged to throw it around today. And there's a hard ground ball. Just gets over to second base. Goodrich able to make the play with the 4-3 put out as he gets it to Moretta. So 2 up, 2 down as Zach Fidelibus digs in. Starting center fielder. He's 0 for 1 as he struck out swinging back in the first. First pitch to him misses for a ball. And that ball is grounded over to Louis Sari. And Sari gets it to Moretto for the 6-3 put out. Then the inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. It is still 14-0 as we head to the bottom of the third here at Sandcastle Stadium. of the third here at Atlantic City. The UV index is at a 0. And so far, that's the scoreboard right now for Williamson College of Trades. Is Joe Ackroyd back out on the hill for his second inning of work. And he's got a 2-0 count now to the first baseman, Frank Moretta, who's 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Quickly now 3-0. And Moretta 2 for 2. Both singles to the left side of the infield. That ball up and misses, and that'll have Moretta headed down to first base. Javi Vega now steps in. Vega 1 for 2 on the afternoon. That first pitch is up and out of the zone. So you take a look at Moretta down at first base, being held on by Gualtieri. And that ball is lifted out to left field, and making the squeeze is Bennett. So Moretta will go back to first, and that'll bring up Isaiah Kennison. Kennison comes to the plate 1 for 2 on the afternoon. First pitch misses up for a ball. Kennison had singled on a line drive to center and struck out in his last appearance. Two and 0 quickly the count to the speedy Kennison. All right, now 2 and 1 is the count, and there's another popped up ball. It's going to stay in the infield, making his way. Foul territory is Gualtieri, makes the squeeze. Two outs for Ackroyd, as he's done a nice job battling back in his second inning of work. But he's going to have his hands full as Kevin Foreman makes his way back to the dish. Foreman 3 for 3 on the afternoon. Double and 2 singles. The ball sails over the head of the catcher Marantino. And that'll allow Moretta to move into scoring position. And a lot of baseballs being exchanged on the field, as you can imagine. And it looks like we got some action in the Atlantic Cape bullpen. And that looks like it's number 27 for Atlantic Cape. And that's Dante De Palma. Another exchanging of baseball. As you can see, De Palma trying to get loose. Actually see a pretty good shot of the pavement that's out in left field that the Atlantic City Police Department often uses for training. It is wet. Ball misses outside. We got a 3-1 count with 2 outs to Kevin Foreman. And Foreman called for the strike in the top part of the zone. And one thing I know about Foreman, he'll take that because that means he's going to have a chance to hopefully swing the bat. He's not a kid that likes to talk about his walks on his ride home, nor does his father, a longtime coach of the Northfield Little League. And there is a hard ground ball. It's going to sneak past second base, and Foreman will reach for the 4th time this afternoon. It'll allow Moretta to move in to third base. It'll be charged as an E4. There's a look at Moretta. And it's a first called strike to Louis Sari. He's going to chase that one up high. Was talking to Coach Rod Velarde after the last game, and we talked a lot about the approach for his Buccaneer lineup. They'd spent a lot of time at practice going over situations, trying to get the right mindset, and he felt his team was a little too aggressive in the last one, albeit ended up being a win. And Sari strikes out swinging. Oh, nope, that's just 2 strikes. I'm sorry about that. Got to catch up. Oh, that is strike 3. All right, even they were confused out there. So that'll end the frame, and that will be the end of the 3rd. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 left on. We head to the 4th. "27 strikes, 19 balls. He only gave up 1 hit, no earned runs, with 5 strikeouts and a walk. So a real nice outing for Joe Hamill as De Palma comes in relief. First batter that he will face is Angel Velasquez, the 3rd baseman. Velasquez grounded out to second base in his first at bat. John Dempsey is in at 3rd base for the Buccaneers. And a first pitch to Velasquez. It's popped up to Sari at short. And first out of the inning. All right, so moving along here with one out in the top of the fourth. It is the designated hitter, Joe Kelly. First pitch from De Palma misses for a called ball. Make that a second pitch to him. It's a 2-0 count. The first one was a passed ball. And quickly 3-0. As we were uploading the new player, confirming that it is Dempsey at third. We'll try to get a look around the field a little bit. And that's a chopper. Going to be over to third base. This is Dempsey, and he'll make the first. He'll make the throw to first. 5-3 put out. I have him. I know it's shortstop. I need to see left field, center field. Two outs as the catcher, Dylan Marantino, steps in. Marantino looking for his first hit of the afternoon. And confirm that David Conti now is out in left field. There's a called strike. And there's a grounder through the right side. Looks to shoot him out of right field, but Marantino with a good hustle and a good hose out there in right field. And I believe that's Javi Vega going for that one. Heads up play, but to no avail. All right, so we got Kennison is now in center field. We got Vega in right. And number 28 is David Conti, who is in left. And that ball is fouled down the third base side. So after a foul ball and a called strike, it's now a 2-2 count. And make that strike three. So De Palma with the put-out pitch as he gets them looking. No runs, one hit, no errors, 12 pitches. 14-0. We head to the bottom of the fourth in Atlantic City. Bottom of the fourth we go, 14-0 as the Buccaneers come to bat. The designated hitter, Omar Hernandez, leads things off. Joe Aykroyd still on the hill for WTC. That first pitch is a ball. Hernandez doubled to right, singled to left, and he walked in his last at bat. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Ball misses. Now 2-1 to Hernandez. Here's a look at Aykroyd. Now 3-1. And that will bust out the walking stick. So Hernandez, his second walk on the afternoon. He'll head to first. And that'll give way the first at bat on the afternoon for John Dempsey. Now playing third base. As he replaced Justin Monero in the lineup. First pitch misses up and out of the zone. So a lot of Buccaneer batting highlights this afternoon. Be sure to check out GameChangerGC.com. Head over to the beta test site. This is Dempsey fouls that one straight back into the screen. Check out a team called BFA ACCC. And you'll be able to see that live stream game over on the Game Changer app and cut up your favorite player highlights. So more to come. Bit of a pilot episode ongoing. Swing and just gets a piece of that for a foul ball. 1-2 to Dempsey. And after the leadoff walk, that's De Palma. So De Palma now running for Hernandez. Unless we missed him. Being subbed into the game, but it's now 2-2 to John Dempsey. And Dempsey skies that one foul and out of play. They'll let De Palma head back to first base. There's the ball, like a Plinko chip, for those of you the Price is Right fans. And take that pitch for a ball. Now full count, 3-2. And Dempsey skies one out to right field. Sliding under it and making the squeeze is Bolter. So De Palma will stay over at first base. There's a good look at Bolter, and there is De Palma and Gualtieri holding him on. One out. We'll bring up the second baseman, Nate Goodrich. Goodrich with 2 singles and a walk. First pitch misses up and out of the zone. And Goodrich slices one into left center. It'll drop in for a base hit. And he stays hot, 3 for 3 on the day. De Palma taking the mound. He's got to be pretty excited about it. And the catcher, Gabe Solinsky. He'll climb into the box. He's singled, been hit by a pitch, and grounded out. And Zielinski slices one, line drive to the right fielder, and Bolter's been busy this inning for another out. And looks like we are going to see Frank Moretta, 2 outs, and a 2 for 2 day. Try to keep it going for the Buccaneers. There you go. That's a called strike to Moretta. Quickly 1-1. Ball is up and out of the zone. 2-1 for Moretta. De Palma looking a little runner-ish. Wouldn't expect him to go anywhere, though. There's a grounder. First base side. He gets over the extended arms of Gualtieri, and De Palma showing some pitcher's power as he's able to score from second base. And Nate Goodrich will move into third. Runners at the corners on the RBI single. So I expect to see De Palma again pitching in the next inning. Just look at Goodrich, 90 feet away, and head coach Rod Velarde. First pitch to Javier Vega, in for a called strike. Vega is singled on a grounder to up the middle, making him 1 of 3. And Vega drops one in behind second base. That'll be an RBI single. Moretta slides into second base. 16-0. And Isaiah Kennison, 1 for 3 on the afternoon, takes the first pitch from Ackroyd for a called strike. That ball misses low. Evens the count at 1-1. Good look over there at Moretta with his first assignment over at first base thus far on the season. Having a nice day with the bat. Swing and a foul tip squeeze. 1-2 to Kennison. Ackroyd doing a nice job pounding the zones. It's coming in relief back in the second. Give you some numbers actually on Ackroyd. One misses for a ball. balls changed out there. So Aykroyd with 63 pitches thrown thus far. 29 strikes, giving up 5 hits, 5 walks. And that ball is flied out to left field, and that will end the inning as it ends up in the glove of Bennett. So, recapping the inning for you for the Buccaneers, they score 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave a few on. We head to the top of the 5th. You're watching BFA Sports coverage of Atlantic Cape Buccaneer baseball. Back at the top of the 5th, it'll be Matt Vega subbing in for Nate Goodrich right there at second base. And our pitcher, still out on the hill, is Dante De Palma. De Palma, first pitch, fouled off by the first baseman, Steve Gualtieri. Misses for a ball. And that one's going to be up and in. And it'll be ball 4. So Gualtieri will be a leadoff base runner here in the top of the 5th. All right. The right fielder, Eric Bolter, takes the first pitch strike from De Palma. Bolter struck out looking in his first at bat. Swing and a miss. There's a look at Gualtieri being held on by Moretta over at first. And that ball is fouled out of play. Staying alive. 0-2. Swing and a miss. De Palma with the strikeout. Check that out. Nice delivery on the game changer replay. Just gets them to chase on that one. Bennett, he'll swing at the first pitch, picking it up and called quickly as foul. Was Moretta. Thought he might have had a quick one there. And that was off the bat of Corby Bennett. Bennett struck out in his only at-bat thus far on the afternoon. Swings through that one. He's down 0-2 to De Palma. De Palma fires, and that one misses up and out of the zone. That one misses as well. That ball is fouled out of play. Now 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. So De Palma, back-to-back Ks in the book. Here's the finishing move, Mortal Kombat style. What a breaking pitch. Nice work. Back to the top of the lineup as Kyle Marshall, second baseman, takes the first pitch for a called ball. De Palma has grounded out twice, both to the right side in his first two at-bats. And he check swings that one foul. Now 1-1. Called strike on the corner. Another foul ball. That ball misses. It's another foul ball. That one misses. Full count and payoff pitch, as the legendary Harry Callis would say. It's about to be delivered. 3-2 and 2 outs. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. De Palma, 3 Ks on the inning. And with no runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts, 16-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Or we're going to shake hands, and we're going to call that one a game. So in a weather-shortened affair, the Buccaneers take this one over Williamson College of Trades 16-0. A shutout effort by Hamill and De Palma. And the Buccaneer bats were hot. The weather has been not. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Again, this has been BFA Sports coverage of Atlantic Cape Buccaneer baseball. Next broadcast comes up on Saturday afternoon for a doubleheader. Be sure to check out Twitter for all of the link action. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.